Good evening once again, everyone. Hell's Unicorn here after a couple days being on hiatus, trying to get my house in order and failing miserably for the most part. Anyway, I just thought I'd pop in and just give you my quick assessment of the ever-evolving situation over at the White House in the aftermath of the great earthquake. And no, I'm not talking about the one that occurred down in Haiti, but the one that occurred up in Massachusetts, where they're still feeling the aftershocks. Apologies for the cruel pun. So apparently now, Barack Obama has ceased to be a one-issue president. It's no longer about health care, which actually surprises me a little bit. I thought he was going to stick to that one, and I thought he was going to go down with the ship with all decks and departments just bursting into flames in the process. But apparently it wasn't meant to be. No, now the issue is the banks. So apparently now, after quite a good number of days, pretty much an entire year, Obama has finally gotten the memo. There's something wrong with banking practices. Now, of course, he's not going after Geithner's former employer. He is still plenty ready to make backroom deals with the banks that really count. He's probably, for the most part, only interested in going after the ones that are probably only moderately responsible for what happened, but he's talking about the banks. Now, those of us who are informed out here, we've been talking about the banks for the past 3 years, but Obama, he's a little slow on the uptake. You know, a lot of people don't really take Barack Obama seriously anymore. They call him names like, you know, dimwit, halfwit. Some even just come right out and call him stupid. And there was an implication of that out of one Mark Faber, the famed economist, who referred to Obama as making George W. Bush look like a genius. Something which I actually personally agree with. I think next to Barack Obama, George W. Bush does look pretty smart, and that's a pretty sad thing to say, unfortunately. So what is our beloved president to do? Well, I'll tell him what he can do. I'm a good patriotic American, and I want him to succeed. I'm not like Rush Limbaugh. I'm not going to hope he fails. My advice to him would be to continue on the same path that you have been for the next year. Allow your party, who has now turned against you, to get their asses handed to them in the midterm election, and then you'll have majorities in both the House and the Senate of Republicans. Then what you do is you adopt the Bill Clinton mode of tactic, or so to speak. You can even try to see if you can hire Dick Morris to accomplish this. I'm sure he'd be happy to pull this off for you. And start adopting Republican viewpoints. Start cutting taxes, roll back spending, balance the budget, you know, something that you never intended on doing, but let's face it, if you want to save your career, you're going to have to. Blame Republicans for everything that goes wrong and give yourself credit for everything that goes right. Smile the whole time, and if anybody tries to call you on it, say they don't like black people. I guarantee you it will work. It worked for Bill Clinton. I mean, look how great he did. And again, to all of you, my audience, I am being facetious about this. But the truth is that our president, he's not really very with it. He's proven himself out to be something of a reactionary, I guess you could say. He's definitely a reactionary, and that's maybe a step up from being a stubborn mule horse, but not much of one. So I will just close by saying this to you, Mr. Barack Obama. Even though people are angry about you breaking your promises regarding the Iraq War, and even though people are pretty mad about the banks, they're mad about health care, you know, your base is mad because you didn't go full socialist, most of the normal Americans are angry because you're fudging around with the system and it's already not working well to begin with and they don't want it to get any worse. No, the issue is the one that's been dogging you since you got into office. The issue that you keep blaming everybody but yourself for. Obama, it's the economy, stupid. With prudence to myself and benevolence to all of you, good evening.